Hello, Good Shepherd and Saints Francis and John. I'm Deacon Mike Lynch with Good Shepherd Church. And this week we prepare for the gospel message of the 6th Sunday of Easter, a reading from the Gospel of John. Jesus said to his disciples, "As the Father loves me, so also I love you. Remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and your joy might be complete. This is my commandment. Love one another as I love you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. I no longer call you slaves, because a slave does not know what his master is doing. I have called you friends, because I have told you everything I have heard from my Father. It was not you who chose me, but I who chose you, and appointed you to go and bear fruit that will remain, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give you. This I command you, love one another." This gospel passage from Jesus' Last Supper discourse in John's Gospel offers some challenges for those who want to be his followers. Jesus says keeping his commandments, including to love one another, will bring complete joy to his followers. And he adds, no one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Laying down one's life doesn't necessarily mean literally dying for someone else. It can also mean giving oneself for the good of others. Clearly, the joy and love that Jesus is talking about are higher than the emotions we often show for one another. Joy is not simply happiness. Even in difficult times, joy sustains a positive and hopeful outlook. And true love is not simply a warm, fuzzy feeling toward another person. It is an appreciation of what is truly good in and for another. That's the kind of love that Jesus has for us, and the joy he wants us to have. What he tells his apostles, he tells us too. He calls us friends and says he has chosen us, and he has laid down his life for us. He still lays down his life and gives himself to us in the Eucharist, that we may truly encounter him in his body and blood, and that we may remain in his love, striving each day to follow him, laying down our lives for others and keeping God's commandments. Here are some family activities to consider in light of this gospel. Love isn't a feeling, but a choice. Jesus tells us that choosing to keep God's commandments is love. Do you struggle with any of God's commands? How can seeing them as a choice to love help you in your struggle? Do you remember the 10 Commandments? God bless, and see you at Mass.